And we're back.
Hello! Welcome back. So, a couple of things you need to know. The games that are going on right now for the Europe Open Qualifiers are the games that will be the deciding games. The deciding series, rather. It's all best of threes. There's 2 best of threes going on. Both of those best of threes are deciding series, meaning either Misery Stack, otherwise known as BlinkPool, or the ex-PENTA guys are going to be going to the regional qualifiers. On the other side of the bracket, there's Alliance, and they are fighting against...
some no-names, basically.
No-names! Apparently, I wouldn't call them no-names because considerably...
I mean, they're good.
They made it to the end of the bracket as well. So.
I can tell you who's playing on the team, and you will... I mean, okay, it's Come With Me and 4 randoms, basically.
Come With Me Stack. There you go. It's playing against Alliance right now. If you want to watch Alliance versus Come With Me Stack, I know the Alliance is already having a major lead in their first game of the best of 3. And it is being played on Beyond the Summit 2, commentated by LD and Cinderin. Right here, we're going to follow Misery Stack and ex-PENTA Stack. And we are going to see which one of these 2 teams will make it to regionals. After today's regional qualifiers for Europe, they will get a break. The Europe regional qualifiers will start on Friday. On the other side, what's happening at the moment as well are the CIS qualifiers that are also in their final series. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Spirit versus Bokal winner moves through? Goes through?
Yes, so we have Team Spirit versus Bokal. Like you said, that is indeed a bunch of noise this time around. I don't know any one of these guys. On the other side, we have the Gambit, that is the Yokyu stack, and Afterlife. Bignum versus the Snake stack. And the Snake stack is not looking too hot right now.
So we just mentioned 4 teams. Of those 4 teams, 3 are actually going to move forward to the regional qualifiers. That means that after that best of 3 that they're playing right now in the semifinals, there will be a 3rd place decider. Decide which of those 2 teams will be the 3rd team to join the 2 winners of the semi-finals. Now back to the series at hand. We got the Misery Stack, we got the ex-PENTA stack. ex-PENTA did their homework, they banned out Misery's Clockwork. We still had Beastmaster in the pool, nobody wanted to go for that one. And apparently the Misery Stack didn't want to go for the first phase Wind Ranger anymore either. We have a complete switch up, because it is a Naga Siren Phoenix opening on BlinkPool, and we got ex-PENTA opening with the Warlock and the Doom. I'm eating blueberries, by the way. Do you want some blueberries?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. 1 second. You will get. You will get it back. Relax, Sheever. There you go.
Thank you.
Blueberries are great. You know, stay hydrated, guys, and eat healthy.
We had some chicken. And JJ had pasta.
Yeah, I'm not healthy.
Pasta can be healthy.
Yeah, not this one. Not
Nobody
carbonara.
needs to know that the amount of cheese and cream that was in there.
Yeah, no way.
Next time we'll order from the Better Pasta place again. It was closed today, unfortunately.
Yeah, rip.
We did get free drinks though, that's nice. Alright.
Oh, that's reserved time for a ban. Hype.
Yeah. We got the Venomancer and the Bloodseeker banned out. So that is ex-PENTA removing Kezu's Venom.
ex-PENTA
he has had 2 victories on today.
They really like the CK. Oliver is kind of known for his CK. He's a dirty CK spammer. I mean, Misery already banned on the Lifesteal, which is also his other like massive hero. So Misery knows those guys. Obviously, anyone who's playing in Europe knows these.
10 seconds remaining.
Gonna be interesting if CK fits here, because honestly, against a Naga and a Phoenix,
5 seconds remaining.
you know, nothing. It's okay. You can play it if you want to.
Beastmaster.
Oh, there it is.
There's the Beastmaster. Skywrath is still in the pool, but that's not gonna happen.
2nd phase Beastmaster in 2018. Damn.
Pretty crazy. We have seen Kezu play Beastmaster in the 2nd game of the series, the previous series, and it wasn't really as good as we would have liked it to be. They did lose that game, so perhaps we have a biased view of that. It wasn't on him. It was there was a multitude of factors.
Yeah, he had no business in that game. Like that's actually nothing you can do. Oh, this is good though. The Kaiser Ember Spirit. We saw Kaiser do really well and really bad at the same time at the same game at the Ember Spirit. So this is going to be an interesting one for sure to watch.
Yeah, I do like the Tusk as well.
Yeah, I mean he's gotten nerfed and nerfed and nerfed, and he's still a hero apparently.
He the Tusk.
Must be the Boogie Tusk. Oh, actually, our man also plays a mean Tusk. Huh. No, wait, Boogie plays offlane nowadays, right?
5 seconds remaining.
Yes.
Why did you sit on top of me?
I didn't. I said my seat.
Uh-oh.
My seat.
Behave, kids.
What we got? What is this poster? Whose face is that?
What?
My ex-PENTA.
Ex-PENTA.
Radiant team banned.
I have no idea.
The question is, what letter is it on his shirt? Is it an E from Empire?
Oh, that's Oliver, actually.
Is Oliver?
Yeah.
Mm.
Must be.
What team is Oliver on? With an E? Oh yeah, I don't know what that shirt.
Well, he's on this team.
No, but before it was always just been
Penta.
PENTA.
I have no idea what it was. You know, it's like this tier 2 Europe thing. He's tier 2, tier 3. Everyone just switches teams like other people
10
switch their
seconds remaining.
pants. I don't know.
5 seconds remaining.
Did I say further to the left or use it further to the right?
I use that further to that.
Dire team ban.
What do you make of this draft so far? Your initial thoughts? Oh, your microphone is also turned the wrong way. Ah, all right. He's eating. He will give you his opinion very, very soon. In the meantime, you'll have to do with mine, which is that I'm actually kind of liking ex-PENTA's draft. It has a little bit of everything. You know, you got your team fight, you got your late game insurance, you got your lanes. They're doing quite okay with the Tusk there. The only thing that they're kind of lacking is perhaps some push, but I mean, Warlock in a way counts as some push as well, and it's not like they need some massive counter push. But at the same time, Misery Stack do have team fight as well. We've got that Beastmaster for the extra vision it provides. I feel like late game they would still kind of struggle a little bit. Naga Siren is always a good pick, so yeah, Naga Siren is actually a really good pick always. But I still kind of like Penta's lineup, ex-PENTA.
Well, I mean, what's their actual name at the moment?
Team pick.
I can't pronounce it.
Pacan Gang.
Oh, okay. Do we know what that means?
Team
No, I'm sure.
Can we
that's
call them the
super
gang?
offensive.
We can call them the gang because I don't want to give promo to Penta because they
Why?
dropped their lineup.
Did
That's
you?
not
I mean, we
nice.
don't know that.
Yeah,
Apparently
well,
it is.
obviously they're not playing for them
It's
anymore.
No, but it
ex-PENTA.
might be the other way around. They might be but they might not have been able
In
to find
any
a
way,
good
they're
deal.
not Penta anymore. They are
Yes.
now the gang.
The gang.
TM.
Thank you.
We should make it. We should really make an esports team, guys.
Call them the gang.
The gang.
The gang.
remaining.
The gang. I will update the
Update
overlay.
update the overlays.
Hoo-ah.
Do we all caps this? The gang.
The gang.
Oh, there is no TM being rendered in this.
No.
Alright.
Viper! Ah, what? I take it all back. Take it all back. I think Viper is going to get destroyed in the mid lane. And
Well, I mean, no, Viper versus, but I think the Ember might have a tough time. Viper's pretty annoying in that one. I mean, it might get. Depends if we get some help.
I'm not a believer in the Viper currently.
No, I mean, I think it will do fine in the lane, but in the game, it's gonna be a bit tough to pull off.
Okay. So what's Misery Stack going to pick last? Is it Ember going to be on the safe lane or on the mid lane is the biggest question. Now that they know that it is a Viper mid, maybe they want to go for something else. Maybe they want to go for something different. They have ran Ember safe lane, right?
Yeah, but I think that ideally you want to have it in the mid.
Or Medusa mid.
Your heroes.
It might be mid, might be safer. They might put the. It is Madara playing, so it is
Morph.
Kaiser, so
Yeah.
it's unlikely. Sure, they might want to put the Medusa mid if they feel it's
Pacan.
going to have a better time against the Viper, but
The current team name is Pacan. That's not that hard to pronounce.
Pacan.
Pacan?
Pacan.
But I want to call them the gang.
Yeah, that was nice, but I think
But
we should
is
call
it-
them
is it- We'll
Pacan.
go with Pacan.
We're going with the gang.
We're going Pacan.
We'll
gang.
say Pacan.
Pecan.
But I do production.
But we talk about it.
Whatever.
You can enforce the gang all you want. But if we keep saying
Chat.
Pacan.
Chat. Do you want the gang or do you want Pacan? Press 1 for the gang. Press 2 for Pacan.
10 seconds
Two.
remaining.
Do it for me. And for Pacan.
5 seconds remaining.
So what we got? We
Did
got
you eat all the
It should be
blueberries?
Patsan.
Oh.
Apparently.
Patsan. Oh, I can imagine
I
you
see
probably
a
pronounce
lot of ones in the chat, guys.
Patsan.
I think it's time for the gang.
Pacan.
All right. You will get your wish, Sheever, and chat will have your head.
No, look, I see a lot of 2s as well.
Yeah, all 3 of them.
No, dude. Loads of 2s. Loads of 2s. Thank you for the 2s. 2.
Alright, so it's pacan. Apparently.
The Alliance game you can find over on Beyond the Summit 2, where LD and Syndra are covering. But here we go. So this is the best of 3. Winner goes forward to the regional qualifiers. Loser will go home. There is no second chance bracket in the European Open qualifiers.
This is Europe!
Yeah, there is, however, in the CIS qualifiers, which will be going on very shortly as well. So here we go. Let's see how they do. Misery Stack versus pacan.
The cards. Where are the cards? There's still garlic,
doing them, yeah?
garlic stuff. Wait a second. I will have the cards. The cards are ready. Let's go! Oh, what's that? That's a fake.
Fake
That's a
Pepita.
Alright, not the best draw. Oh.
Oh, I have to go with Kaka.
Alright, they lost. GG.
I have to go with Kaka.
Get this off.
Let's see how it works out. As draft-wise,
30
I
seconds.
don't really like go with the Viper, so I think I'd have to say Misery's lineup in terms of the picks. I think the Viper is going to fall off pretty hard unless he crushes his lane. But I'll be interested to see how they're going to lane against that in preparation for dealing with that matchup. As top lane looks to be Kezu and Saxa, of course, the two of them, the Phoenix Beastmaster duo, ready to go, ready to hold their own up at the top.
Battle begins.
And I'll be up against Afromush and Oliver, the Oliver Spectre. See how good of a game it is for Spectre. They've got good ways to fight when the Horn is utilized in terms of the Song of the Siren and the Stone Gaze. A couple of ways for them to sort of put a stop to the fight and make sure that when the Horn is used, as little as possible is actually done by Oliver on Spectre. We'll see how they prepare for it. See if Kesu has a bit of a better time in the lane. Had a bit of a tough time in that last game of the last series. Sorry, the second game of the previous series on the Beastmaster. We'll see how he holds his on this time round, as it is in fact a tri-lane RMN here as well to make sure that Oliver has a good time in terms of farm. As they made the attempt onto Kezu, shards will block him off, so Kezu has to take the long route round, taking quite a beat down here from the three of them. As Kezu, it will be fine, but still, that is going to be his salve having to be popped straight up very, very early on.
Oh, we see this stuff again here. Boogie once again making a double wave. Just gonna TP out, getting that easy level 2.
And top lane Saxa in trouble. That's going to be your first blood with the Shadow Word damage. RMN takes him down. The defensive tri-lane working out very nicely, getting not only space and farm for the Spectre, but also finding early kill.
Oh, that was smart. You see that? So Madara knew this pull was happening, so he pulled the lane creeps here. Also has now a double stacked wave. So he's not giving Boogie anything. Or like, not a lot, at least. This is really cool. I love it to see this sort of stuff. For all the offlaners out there, this is like some prime material to learn.
Now Boogie just taking harassment here from Misery with the Riptides. But still feeling pretty confident as he stands in the lane. Yes, he is a Doom after all. Not really too many reasons for him to have to run away from these two heroes as of yet. They do now hit on to level 2. So Misery can be a little more scary with the potential of the trap from the net as well as the Riptide. He's got plenty of mangoes, in fact on both heroes. Boogie with 3 and also 3 on the Naga Siren. Top lane. Kazu still struggling to find the CS because of this tri-lane. Put the axes out. Quick dagger will be thrown in response from Oliver. As it is just the two of them now, we are starting to see movements around the map from Afromush as he looks towards mid. Tries to get the shard block onto Kaiser but won't quite get the catch. As Kaiser keeps his distance. And CS-wise, he is doing a very good job against the Vipers so far. 15 for 2. Against the 11 for 0. Now mid lane, Rolling in onto Kaiser. He did try for the sleight of fist dodge, but it was unsuccessful. As they dive in, they get the kill. No TP responses at all from BlinkPool, as they will just let Kaiser fall behind his tier 1 tower.
And we have an update on the football match. Brazil just scored, and what a shot that was. They're up 1-0 against Switzerland.
Up top, CS for Oliver, 19 for 3, 20 for 3. Kezu starting to get a bit of a look into the farm. Now it is the 2 for 2s, and Saxa level 2 as well can apply some pressure. Actually TPing across to mid, because once again Kaiser is in trouble. They have got the net down as well as the swoop forward as Saxa tries to do his best to help with Misery to find a trade. They will take one, but 9. He'll just look to head forward onto Saxa. He wants to take down the Phoenix as well. Gets incredibly close to being able to do so. In fact, he does. The poison is too much. As Pacan, 9, in the middle lane. Getting kills handed to him on a plate. It's 4-1 for Pacan. Still though, free farm for the Deucer down on the safe lane. Mid lane Misery, still in the neighborhood if they see a chance to go, but the heals are there from RMN. Bringing 9 back up towards full health. As he's now starting to slowly take over this lane with the help of his teammates, making it very hard for Kaiser to continue to hold his position. They'll try for the grab onto Misery, but the shards won't quite connect. Playing incredibly deep here. Pacan, but they're getting away with it. As it's only Misery around, he's going to end up pulling the creeps away from the tower. And just sort of trying to make sure that they're only just wasting their time. In fact, RMN, he hangs around on his own too close to the tower and he just gives himself up for free. They'll take down RMN. Misery does get chased down in return by Afromoosh and 9. So a trade of supports around that middle lane. Top lane Kezu getting aggressive onto Oliver. Knows that the support reactions have been focused around that middle lane. So top lane was free to go upon. And mid lane Afromoosh still eyeing up Kaiser. He hasn't quite got the level 6 on the Ember Spirit, so still mobility is a problem. Afromoosh. They're spotting him.
Oh, that was ambitious.
They try for the shards to slow them down, but Misery's there with the root.
9.
Fairy Fire will not save him. Sleight of Fist comes through and a quick cut down from Kaiser finishes off the kill.
It's a good thing he's so speedy. With those phase boots.
I mean,
otherwise he might have been in trouble himself.
even then though, there is nothing Imspirit can do when he's out of mana. He's so reliant on all the skills to hold him basically.
Boom.
Oh, hello.
Is he gonna get that? He's gonna die to the tower for that. He gets another Infernal Blade off, and that
He's
is
definitely
indeed
dead.
Medusa
Yep.
dead. No deny. Madara drops. Saxa just getting some harass out. We'll take the experience in the lane though. That's at least something.
But a bit of a mistake there from Medusa, hanging around and letting herself get doomed as such. Middle lane, Remnants. It's going to be off the market. He committed all of them there, so now the counterplay comes in from RMN, Afromoosh and 9, and bam, Kaiser. A
Where's the
misplay.
tip? This is a tip-worthy play.
Misplay in the bottom lane, misplay in the middle lane there from BlinkPool.
I'm waiting for the top misplay. Hello.
Maybe pressure getting the better out of them.
You know, if you have a Spectre sitting on the top of the CS chart 7 minutes, then I think you're really happy about the game.
And they're getting a lot
I
of
think
farm for Oliver.
Pakang is... Is there a G in their name? I don't
No,
think
it's
there's...
Pacan. It's pronounced Pacan.
Pacan.
Pakang.
It's a C and it's pronounced Pacan.
Oh,
Like
it
pizza.
sounds like food.
Oh, bottom. Boogie. He's got the Scorch Surf heal. Also does have RMN there as well if a Shadow Word's necessary.
Ooh.
Afromoosh looking to close the gap onto Saxa. Drops the ward down. Has the vision. They pop the horn. They want to get Oliver involved.
Hello.
And Kaiser backing up, but he's snowballed. Tried to go for the sleight of fist dodge, but it will not keep him safe as
Ooh.
Kaiser will fall.
At least he got a kill off the back of it. That's
You
something.
can self. You can self.
Saxa, salve.
Oh,
Oh, the
Hello.
jukes.
Don't mind
His
me.
salve is still ticking. Oh, there you go. It's
He's
off.
got the dive.
Oh,
So he can
yes.
dive himself
Oh,
out.
what? He comes back.
Kaiser has brought back for this as he feels an opportunity to get the kills, and indeed they'll find one. Can he get Oliver as well, though?
He sees
Doesn't
him.
look like he can.
That's nothing.
I mean, well, he's going to have slight change in a second.
If he can hit that, that's blind.
Yeah,
You on top? No? Never mind.
no,
Alright.
Kezu's just Kezu's is farming quite okay. His last hits are
What
top of the
is
net
going
worth,
on here?
and Medusa dies again.
Damn,
That's a
9.
bit of a problem.
Diving in very deep to find that, but indeed he does. Around the camps, around the middle lane.
Hold on.
It's Misery.
Radiant's middle tower.
Got an invis. TPs are coming in. Maybe see between Misery and Sax if they can kill off 9. Well, with the Emma Spirit, they've certainly got a good chance. They'll set up. There's the change. There's the hold. They should have the burst to bring him down. And ooh, Snowball will be there. Buys him some time, but he should still drop. Shadow Word will not heal him up in time. As 9 gets caught out. Root down onto the tusk, but not wanting to dive the tower. Afro-Moosh will be spared. 10 to 6 for Pacan, but net worth pretty much dead even at the moment between the two teams.
Aww.
I like these teams have been using this praise a lot more than some other teams.
Is under attack.
I like it. It's good.
Rep on gang.
Yep, smoke coming in. Viper does have his dive up if he wants to use it. Kezu has nothing to show for. They do get the roar off, and they might actually get the kill on the Doom before anything else comes in. Indeed, there is a Nova. And the Axis as well. Oh, he still kills the bird, but the amount of damage that was done. I mean, that was
so
still.
close.
Sure, you get the Doom, but you feed a double kill to the Spectre. Pacan will be happy with that one.
Oh, that was a lot of damage still.
Lots of money into the bank of Oliver for getting those 2 kills. Kaiser. Only Viper striked. But
I mean, he
no
knows he
chase.
has a remnant up. I'm sure he clicked on him.
Is under attack.
9 is stupidly good. He was #1 for a long time on the year. What was that?
It was cat.
Mid lane.
Right.
I see him.
Yes, cat's fighting.
And they
He's
go.
trying to go inside.
Onto Madara.
No.
The snowball forward.
Help the cat.
Quick, save the cat, Chief. Get the cat.
Get the cat in. We need a cat camera. Oh, and get the camera.
Is it quick? Get the cat.
Get
There's
the
2.
camera.
There's 2 cats there.
That's 2 cats.
Quick, there.
Double kitten cam. Press 1 if you want kitten cam.
There's 2 cats. Quick, they're fighting.
Uh-oh.
Quick,
Get the camera.
Go and egg them on.
Get the camera.
Get him.
Oh, and get the camera ready.
No. The cats are gone. I don't think she was going to get there in time.
Is it gone?
Anyway, Misery. Level 6 now. He's been getting some space down on the bottom lane. Boogie is level 8. He does have Doom back online as well as the Haunt. Up top, Oliver. Getting Dover Pond. TP's going to be coming in, though, for backup from Warlock. Zaraman is also level 6. Chaotic offering available. So Saxon has to be a little careful. In case there's a temptation to drop the rock and make the fight happen.
Oh, look, Oliver going for the blade mail build first. Even though he's doing quite well. He's doing actually fantastic.
On top lane, Oliver gets netted. Axes are going to be off the mark. Kezu heading forward but doesn't want to commit the roar. Song of the Siren comes out from Misery. As the side of BlinkPool will assess the situation. And looks to have decided that this is not a fight that they want to be a part of. With the retreat, get themselves out of there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This Kaiser. In the middle lane. Will be fine.
Gonna get a status report on the cat in a second here.
Top lane, Oliver. Getting going on. They've got the roar. They've got the Supernova. It's doing a lot of damage here to Oliver. He does have the Horn. Is there any way he can play his way out? He's got the Shadow Word to heal, but the dive forward, they've got the damage. Chaotic Offering comes out a little too late as Oliver has already fallen. Kezu will drop in response as well as Saxa, but they get the double trade-off. 9 gets a double kill. Saxa gets a double kill. 2 for 2 at the top lane. As a multitude of ultimates expended for that team fight between both sides.
Also note in the mid lane, Kaiser, he scanned right here when the Doom was just walking in with an invis rune or something. So he activated his own invis and then just casually walked away. Great scan, great, I think he's, no, this is not their ward. Huh. Or maybe this ward saw it. Good little plays. This is some heads up play from both teams.
On top, they will be able to at least farm the golem. And Oliver
Go.
popping the horn, looking towards Misery and Kezu. They'll certainly get Misery. But Kezu will stay strong. He'll survive 9. Taking a lot of damage actually from Sax. The axe is coming out as well. Shadow Word's there though. Healing 9 up as 9 will survive. Gets the double kill with the help of RMN.
Cat didn't like me.
What did it do?
It basically was staring at a different cat, and then I opened the door, and apparently that was scary.
How dare you open the door, Sheever?
And then he ran, or she, I don't know. But they both ran actually.
You
So
scared them both?
I did solve the dispute that they had with
Okay.
each other.
You stopped
Right.
them fine.
I stopped them from fighting. So
Could have
they-
had cat cam.
On top lane, Oliver continuing to get a lot of space. He is matched in farm though by Madara's Medusa. So it could be one of those games where we see it go late and see how the Dusa versus Spectre faces off against one another in the later stages.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But as you say, a bit of a different build. You know, sometimes when you get a good start, you don't see the blade mail being gone for, but he has got it. He's gone for it first. He's got it complete. So definitely wanting to get involved in the action.
Also, if you think about the blade mail pickup, you're not gonna initiate on a Viper. You're not gonna initiate on a Doom. You're gonna go on a Spectre. Now, if Spectre has blade mail, suddenly you have a big problem as a team. That is the Misery stack. Who do you actually go on?
Warlock.
Yeah, and then he presses R, and then
And you
it's
kill him.
actually a really interesting pickup because I didn't understand it for a
What's
second.
that accept?
It's good stuff.
Trying to start things off onto RMN. Kaiser looking to use the remnants to close the gap and turn with the fatal punch. They'll actually roar this man here with the supernova down, but
Oh,
the
he got
snowball's going to be
saved!
there. We'll save him for a bit of time, but he'll still be out of the snowball before the supernova stone comes out. So at the end of the day, they're still both in trouble as Kezu cuts them down with the axes, gets the double kill. Oliver trying to hide in the tree line, but he's going to be hunted down as the hawk flies across.
Hello.
Well, they actually stopped moving the hawk there, but now there's still areas around. As in fact, Oliver tries to move forward onto Kaiser. On the side, Doom gets dropped down onto Phoenix, so Saxa will fall. The rest of BlinkPool get out of there. That's Madara continuing to get a lot of space. It really is him and the Viper and the Spec being the top 3 on the board right now.
Dire's middle
Beastmaster's very close to Spectre.
attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under
That's true.
attack.
Yeah, Kezu, as you said, there was that portion where he got a lot of farm on the top lane.
Mm-hmm. Not too bad. Could be worse.
Oh, Oliver 3, 1, and 6. It's been a very nice Spectre game for him so far. His top. There we go.
No Doom, they know that.
And Kaiser doing a lot of damage to himself because of that blade mail. Boogie nearly cutting him down. The heal coming through from Saxa. Is it enough to keep Kaiser safe? It may just be so, as indeed Kaiser. No! Oliver hordes forward to get the kill. Will still die, but at least can secure the trade. The roars there onto the Doom to hold him back away from Saxa, so Saxa could continue to retreat. Aframush looking for the wraparound with the snowball. Heads straight in onto Kezu. The shards blocking him in as well as Kezu.
Blocking him out as well.
Oh, indeed. They can't quite get into Kezu because of the trees. And now
Oh,
Boogie. Boogie's going to fall. Aframush will throw a punch out, but it's not enough damage to kill off the Phoenix as they both lose their lives then in awkward circumstances. You say snowballing in, but because of the collision with the trees, actually getting pushed out of the shard area and couldn't quite get the kill.
Too greedy.
And bottom lane, Misery has been getting a fair bit of space here. It really wants that last hit on the tower, and it does get it. Oliver unable to find the deny. I mean, Misery with all that space, he's managed to farm up pretty much a completed Meteor Hammer. At a very respectable timing here for the support Naga side.
He doesn't have any killer though to toggle. It's a bit unfortunate.
It's fine.
It is fine. For sure.
I think it's a fast meteor hammer. Still pretty decent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it
for
is.
sure. And you don't need the toggle until there is BKBs on the enemy team.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, let's see where they go now. As it is a 4K advantage for BlinkPool. 14 for 18, 17 minutes in. The farm now starting to separate quite a bit between the Dusa and the Spectre. Madara just able to farm that little bit faster because
Top tower is
the
under
Spec went for this blade mail fighting build rather than trying to rush the Radiance,
Dire's top tower has fallen.
which could come back to bite him if they can't keep fighting. It's middle lane 9. Aframush Arman and Boogie want to take this tier 1 tower. And we'll do so, Saxa. If he wanted to sort of dive in for a deny attempt, he won't do so. Let's send the creep forwards. Won't get the deny, though. 9 able to finish off the tower. Get the gold for his teammates. So an objective, and they'll back off. But they are getting out-farmed as a whole by BlinkPool. Kaiser going straight for the boss booster travel into Maelstrom. And relatively close to it as well. About 600 gold, and Javelin will be there to finish it off. There's the Meteor Hammer now in the hands of Misery. As they could very well themselves look to make the aggressive plays, and it looks like they will do so as they move as a unit. 4 smoked up behind Kaiser, hoping that pacan fall for the bait of the Ember Spirit.
Oh, and the scan didn't see them. It just timed out. Oh no.
Boogie has got the blink though. Chains out onto Spec. They're moving in. They want to try and go in onto Oliver, but still a little hesitant to do so around the tier 2 tower. TP's coming in. They'll pop the horn. Oliver getting the vision. In fact, Oliver, he goes straight into the midst of it all. The counting offering's been dropped down, but they've got the song ready to time it perfectly as the supernova will pop by the looks of it. But they mess it up. The song comes off a little too early. Still, they may be able to fight this as they take down one, but they have lost the Ember. 1 for 1 at the moment. Madara, Hurricane piking himself back, getting the distance between him and that Viper, but Kezu will fall. They've got the Ray out onto 9. He'll drop as well. It's a 3 for 3. Misery holding back the Tusk with the net. He's ticking down low to the urn and will pop. There's only 2 left on the side of pacan. Madara trying to chase Afro Moosh, but he's able to fog him, get into the tree line. As a 4 for 3 trade.
Oh, Misery got the Spectre somehow.
In fact, they're looking towards Madara. It's Madara. He is just going to stand there and right-click the 2 of them. They are not winning this fight. Maybe with the buyback they can. This was the plan, sort of bait Madara around to hang about. And with that buyback, they will be able to secure the Medusa kill. Surely. Yeah. There we go. Kaiser.
What is happening?
He'll come back in with a boosted travel. Can't really play around with Boogie too much. Has to be careful with the Doom. Has the Infernal Blade doing a lot of damage to this Ember Spirit.
To the shrine as well?
Maybe Kaiser can sort of jump back in and bait around with it. No, 9's here as well. They've got to keep this Ember back and safe.
All 4 runes for BlinkPool.
Yeah, they've got control of the map. They're forcing sort of pacan to play their own game at the moment. Maelstrom now delivered for Kaiser, as he'll be going straight into the Lincoln Sphere next, making sure that he has that sort of safety mechanism against the Doom. And the Doom in particular, obviously there are a fair few other spells that he'll be worried about being thrown down on him, but it is that lockdown that's causing him the most issues. Bottom lane. Supernova, it's out. Can they kill the egg in time? I don't think they can, and they can't. Saxa will survive, and Afromoosh stands a little too close to the sun as he'll fall as well as Boogie. As BlinkPool getting a serious edge on the game now. Oliver is very close to having that relic. And that Radiance will do a hell of a lot in these fights in terms of chances of just finding the quick kills at the beginning of each team fight that kicks off. Top lane, the space is there. Kezu and Kaiser take the tier 2 tower, and Madara continues to stand at the top on his Medusa. Still about 2k difference between him and Oliver Spectre. But the relic gold is there. So we will certainly see eventually the chance for Oliver to chase back up to the Medusa in terms of overall value. Up top, Kezu. Looking for the opening onto 9. They've got the raid down. They've got Kaiser coming in, but Kaiser does get doomed. One's going to be popped. They want to fight back. 9 will fall, but they'll lose the Ember Spirit and the Phoenix for this attempt. Kezu getting chased down. Shards getting thrown down. He's stuck. He's trapped. He's surrounded. And Kezu falls as well. Another fight where the numbers favor pacan, but still Misery playing incredibly greedy this game. Just constantly farming this bottom lane, pushing it out. it is going to help him get a good timing on the Aghanims on top of the Meteor Hammer, as we've seen, and he has pretty much taken down this tier 2 tower. But it is meaning that we are seeing these fights where BlinkPool do suffer a little bit. It may pay off though in the long run.
BlinkPool also still has a lot of towers still outstanding. They only lost a tier 1 mid, which is quite surprising. I mean, it feels like they're losing quite a few fights, but it's all on the side of pacan's map. And they're not able to take any towers off the back of it.
Oh, look at this Kaiser. With a boost of travel, he's straight and cuts down RMM. Over towards Afro Moosh as well, and they've found him.
The snake showed where he went. Another kill.
They are starting to play at a pace which may be very hard for the Spectre to keep up with.
You gotta wonder if this Blade Mail wasn't a bit too, early game focused. Suddenly this Deucer is just joining fights, doing stuff, and the Spectre just can't fight quite yet. I like the item pickup at the time, but now you gotta think about it.
And they go towards the pit. BlinkPool ready to take Roche with minor sort of issues from pacan. It's going to be very hard for pacan to head over. They don't have Horn for 30 seconds. And BlinkPool, they've got the Song, they've got the Stone Gaze, a lot of ways to stop any sort of fight happening around the pit that they don't wish to.
Yeah, Pacan's not even going to try to counter this, even though they might be aware that this is what's happening, but all the waves are pushed out towards them, so they got different issues at hand. Gonna get some farm going as well. Ooh, they're smoked actually.
Oh,
I'm not sure that's when you want to jump.
Here we go, they're dropping everything down onto him. And that will secure them the kill on Misery, but that is a lot dropped down for Misery. They need more. They're trying to chase Oliver, going forward, but he gets rolled. Held back for now. Madara trying to slither his way out of there on the Medusa, but he will fall as well the once.
Cage is gone.
They'll surround him, looking at Predator getting down the second time they're in. They try and go for the Supernova's not out in time. He gets taken down mid-dive as pacan find 3, they'll find 4 as Madara cannot escape with the shards trapping him in. As a failed attempt really to turn things around at that area. BlinkPool, they had Saxa go straight in with the dive. He wanted to dive into the Supernova, but he was so low when he attempted to do so that he just didn't get the chance to pop the ult.
And without a song to reset or to pair it off with, that Naga Siren, that Doom was having the right target in mind. Naga Siren is instrumental for these fights, and he was just not there. Taken out first. Results into a big push coming out from pacan in that mid lane. Getting the Aegis, getting another kill.
Little update here on the Team Spirit side of things. They have qualified for the regional.
Hey!
With a 2-0.
Congratulations, Team Spirit. Regional qualifiers. Here
So
they come.
what happened to Seneko stack?
That's a good question. I will try to find information on that. They did not play against Team Spirit, so there's a good chance that both are gonna make it. But the Soneko stack was down 1 game.
Eva, and after that, the Yoki stack still has to go up against Bullock.
Bulldog?
What?
Bullock? Bullock?
Oh, Bullock. I said Bulldog.
No.
No, I
Bullock.
think it's the semis. Yes.
Yeah, but there's a third place decider.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
So whoever loses can still win.
Yes.
Whoever loses can still win. No, whoever loses can still make it to the regionals. All right.
Whoever loses
it's
the
1-1 right now.
semifinals.
It's 1-1 right now.
All right.
Has fallen.
And how's Alliance and the Come With You stack?
Let me see. I think Alliance might actually.
Because I know that first game was pretty one-sided, right?
Yeah. Alright, so hard to not miss kills. Oh, well, we technically called that one.
It's alright.
I mean,
Good pick off.
let me see. So, the stream is not showing anything. I think they won.
If the stream's not showing anything, then I'll check Twitter. I'm sure Alliance would have tweeted it.
Semi-final. Alliance is up 1 game? Question mark? I mean, on Face it says 1 game up, but they've been up 1 game for a long time.
Oh, bottom. Kaiser starting to poke at the Viper.
Team
I
Spirit.
do have pretty much everything available. Not quite got the Raw back online. They will be happy to take a fight. Both sides, in fact. There's Patsan.
Oh.
Head over. They're on the high ground. And they have the jump, though. There's a DD just picked up on Madara, so unlikely to see Patsan want to mess around with this Medusa.
Ever since Entity Gaming qualified, after that, the Southeast Asian qualifiers have also been getting Battle Arena Elites and SG Dragons. And for the China qualifiers, Young Dumb was added.
For mid lane, jump in. Straight away, here we go. Onto the Medusa, but there's the chaotic offering coming down as well. They wanted my fight, but there's the disengage. Song of the Siren comes out. They look to try and get Madara back to safety. They have the Supernova. Madara getting focused. Can they take the egg down in time? They're trying and they will. They take down the egg. And they take down more. Madara, Stone Gaze, but he's ever so low. He'll get taken out for 75 seconds. Boogie jumps in onto Misery. They've lost 3 on BlinkPool. And they will get Kezu and Kaiser out. But still, Patsan, a fantastic fight for them to take outside of their base. Putting a stop to the push from BlinkPool, getting that jump in, getting that Doom, slowing down the time required for the Medusa to get the Stone Gaze out. There's Kezu, trapped for now, but no detection on Afromush. As that lead that BlinkPool had, slowly starting to slip away from them, with these players coming out from Patsan, and the Spectre getting bigger and bigger.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
On bottom lane, Kaiser. We'll find Iron Man out on his own. Doesn't actually manage to get the sleight of fist connection, and he knows it. He'll try for the TP out, but the remnants all thrown down just to make sure that Iron Man does not manage to escape from underneath the nose of Kaiser. BKB picked up on Boogie, so now even easier for him to get in and get that Doom off. Saxa, level 15 and hoping to work towards Sheever's guard next. A long way for him to go though. In a game where Oliver Spectre getting scarier and scarier. Manta Star complete on top of the Radiance. Now he's, as we've seen already, taken the lead in comparison to Madara's Medusa. With the Manta Star, he can continue to just increase that lead even more. With that in combination with the Radiance. Nine Aghanims complete. And queuing up the Silver Edge next. Misery, of course. So dig over the pipe rather than the Aghanims. Despite having queued up. Anything that's just sort of going to help keep this Medusa alive in the fights. You just have to make sure that Madara can stand his ground and get that damage out. As well as just getting the chance to put the Stone Gaze. Let's see what they had now. There's going to be another game where Saxa will be going for the Aghanims Phoenix. We saw it come into play with a clutch save in the previous series. Saframouche. Look at the dust onto Kezu. Blinking forward, he's hunting, but Kezu able to get himself through the trees safely. Zaframouche doesn't quite get the vision on him to connect with the snowball. And top lane Kaiser pushing that wave out, and pushing himself very close to having the completed Lincoln Sphere. Just a recipe to go now. Another slight pause from Spec. Hopefully all is good from Oliver. They have to be careful, BlinkPool. They did have a lead and it is starting to slip away.
It has slipped away.
And the Spectre, as the game goes on, is going to become more and more of a threat for this Medusa. Because of sort of his kiting potential there. If he can sort of get in, force the Medusa to pop the Stone Gaze, then bam, Haunt, get himself back in and on top of the Medusa. he's got a very good chance of taking the fight. And the Spectre, in combination with the Face of Bond, something that we've seen many times before, just does an insane amount of damage in that duration in the team fight.
I feel like these team fights both have good lineups for the team fight. It's all on the Doom. If he gets the right jump, you can completely disjoin the team fight of the Radiant team, and they can have a good one. So I feel like the Doom is the key factor. Both the hero and the ability. And therefore Lincoln Spheres are the key factor. How many Lincoln Spheres we got going on? Well, I would expect one on Medusa at
Radiant
least.
are scanning.
I mean, you didn't. I don't know.
He's
I
not
feel like
planning on it
even
either.
if he gets doomed, there is not like you press R and then yeah, sure. Like, what are you gonna do?
Well,
Alright, Kaiser's nearly got his own.
yeah.
Yeah, both teams not really showing too much willing to fight, whilst they just work on finishing sort of each other's next big major item pickup.
The Roshan will be up fairly soon, and that will be cause for fighting. I'm looking to see if teams are gonna get some extra vision to protect the Roche pit. We did see that the previous Aegis didn't actually do anything real good for BlinkPool. They got jumped and basically lost Aegis straight up. But I think the Aegis will be something worth fighting for. There's a ward.
Are scanning.
And there's also a smoke coming out from the Radiant team. But we can see evening them up. Nobody there.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Spectre.
Oh, that's awkward.
Oliver, can he get his way? They've got the raw. Do they have the damage with the meteor hammer? They've got the control. They've got him.
They do indeed. That's a buyback and a haunt in.
Straight away, looking at the counterplay. The song.
Here we go.
Buying time for the supernova setup. Bam.
Oh.
It's perfect. Catches the two of them. But they're all out of there. They'll leave Saxa to die, but the rest of them, they are able to get away and just make sure that that buyback haunt does not pay off for Oliver, as he only finds Saxa.
And Saxa bought back as well. He knows.
They know
Roshan, soon.
that there's no haunt. If they can kill that Spectre, Roshan's back up. This could be the game-winning play for BlinkPool.
No wards up for Radiant team. They do have the vision for the Dire team, so the Dire team will see them all coming.
Here we have it around the pit. The focus being
Runes.
Roshan back up.
Now the Siren Illusion will spot out that there is indeed a Roshan right now. But it looks like Medusa is still focused on those runes. Not coming into play. She needs to be here if they want to try and fight this.
And Roshan's falling rather quickly, but it's being slowed down here by the attack speeds per the spirits from Saxa.
That Hawk having giving a lot of vision there.
I mean, Deuce is just going to push down bottom, feeling confident in the sort of the power of the rest of the team to stop them from doing Roche, and knows that she can also try and sort of force them back. But the fight will kick off. Jump forward from Boogie's, looking for the Doom target. Doesn't really want to drop it down onto Kezu, as he will not do so. Holds it back. Madara on the verge of taking racks. They're being split. They really want to get this Roche. They do get themselves Roche. See how much it cost them down on the bottom lane. There's still the push coming in to play from Madara. Now he'll be forced back. And Madara shoves himself up to the high ground, but they've got vision. They're able to get the cancel off with the snowball. As
Still has his
Madara,
ults available if
he's
needed.
got the backup of Kaiser coming in though. So Afromush, he stepped too far forward. He'll fall,
it's a
but they
Horn
can
again.
kill Madara as they jump back in with the Horn on top of the Medusa. Madara will fall.
The Rax is gone though.
Bottom barracks are under attack.
Is it? Well, let's check the racks.
I think the creeps have taken down both of them, yeah.
Oh, that's two catapults.
The two catapults, no, two catapults.
Oh,
The melee racks will survive.
It's the most important one anyway, so at least they got that. But
So
is that worth an
I mean,
Aegis?
it's a bit of a weird trade, isn't it? Madara, he gives his life, and he really does give up the fact that the team, Pacan are able to take Roshan and Aegis and Cheese. I don't know if that's necessarily worth it. You get a range Rax, but you are giving this team an Aegis and Cheese, which was in a position where you sort of got to ask yourself, if he actually turned up to the pit and fought, and they were able to keep that Spectre, they would have just straight up won the game.
Yep.
But looking to take a bit of a different approach to it at this stage, and that will prolong the game. And sometimes, you know, in sort of the thicker things, you have to make sort of these quick decisions, and you can only imagine at the time it felt better for the team to just have Madara sit bottom and keep pushing. But yeah, not getting the melee racks and losing his life.
Was that the third rush? Or why was this on?
It was the second rush.
Huh, okay.
Oh yeah, just the Aegis and
I
Cheese.
thought for some reason that was the third one he just refreshed orb, but yeah, it's too early in the game. It just feels like late game. What the hell? Artillery.
Downtown.
The Viper artillery. We're in a Vermintide now. All right. Oh, they want to bait with the remnant.
Radiant are
Oh,
scanning.
low.
Move up.
You're back.
They won't find Kaiser. He's out. Out of the lane. 4K lead still for BlinkPool, but the Aegis and Cheese over on the side of Pacan.
I'd say it's a very even game. You have a Spectre lineup, and then you have a Deucer lineup, and as long as you're kind of even, it always comes down to the supporting cast. And I feel like even there, it's very, very good on both sides, except for maybe the Viper. I feel like the Viper just doesn't scale nearly as well. Or like
No.
Viper Doom just doesn't scale as well as like Ember Spirit Beastmaster, in my opinion.
No, for sure, yeah. I think as the game goes on, yeah. It depends how much the Spectre really goes off, but as we're seeing with the Haunts, he sort of gets a couple of kills, but it's not killing the Medusa straight up, unless the Medusa's been isolated entirely away from the team. But obviously, as it sort of gets to the point where Pacan do try and push the high ground, that's going to be the point where BlinkPool are responding with a full 5-man. And that's when it gets a lot harder for them to really get in and on top of Madara's Medusa. But top lane, perfect jump from Boogie. Brilliant play. Instantly in, onto the Ember. Gets the Doom down around the Lincolns. And Kaiser's gone.
That's good. Oh,
Oliver. Nearly catching vision of the Beastmaster there, but Kezu's out. And Zaframouche will be working towards that Lincoln's to provide that extra bit of protection for his cause against the Beastmaster Raw.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm gonna restart the game after this. For some reason, we have some sort of compression on the in-game audio, which I don't understand at all because it sounds perfect on our end. So it must be some OBS thing. I'll try to see if I can find it. Thank you for pointing this out, Knoxville. Thank you. And someone in chat said it earlier as well, but I couldn't verify it at this point in time.
What's up, Kezu? Saxa, ready to go. Raw into the
He has
Sun
a cheese.
Ray.
Can you swap it in?
Let's see what he can do. He's not going to go for it. And I don't think he would have had the time
No.
either. Just pulling a little bit too quickly. If that's him taken down. Now got that the level 20 on the Phoenix for that extra stun as well from the Supernovas. We have seen they've got great setups to do it with. It's 41 minutes in. This game as should be. And the final rounds of the European Open qualifiers being as close as possible. Bottom lane RMN. He's going to be bursted, Kaiser. Instantly in response, they commit the Haunt. They will happily take down the Ember in response, but they do. They've got 2 dead at the moment. See if there is anything BlinkPool can do with a numbers advantage. So they do still have Madara ready to go, as well as the majority of their own team fight ultimates.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Misery. He's getting gone upon, but he's got backup. Saxa's there with the heals.
Oh.
Popping the song, and they will TP away.
Let's get out.
Not wanting to take the risk of taking a fight
Dire's
without the Ember.
is under attack.
And just being content with the slow, but slow damage being done to the tier 3 towers. So
Every
moving to
little
those
helps.
pushes.
Yep.
Money's there for Boogie to have the Sheever's guard complete.
Now, real quick, I've been told that the in-game audio compression thing seems to be a bug on the Twitch playout side out. So just control F5 the page you're on right now to yeah, just refresh the stream. That should be enough. There's a good chance if you've been watching all day that that there was a long delay and maybe something kind of broke. So just refresh real quick and you should be good to go.
Have we lost any
Any
things?
frames?
Frames?
Did you lose
No,
frames?
no.
Or we've been alright? It was
We-
only at the start.
We had this 10-second.
And that was it?
Yep.
Oh, that's good. Must have been just a glitch maybe on the server side of things in America.
Yep, must have been America. I'm just gonna go over talents. You don't need to commentate on those. Whatever.
Yeah, we've got that. Yeah. No, interesting checks. Yeah, interesting if they can really do something big with that stun duration.
Hmm. Oh, this is super standing on the Beastmaster as well. That's sometimes. I mean, this 25.
Nah. They always take the remnants.
Radiant's bottom
I would
tower
agree.
is under
They're just so
attack.
much more mobile.
Yeah, no one really goes to the slight first builds.
Makes sense. You have an axe. Yeah, these are insane 25 talents. Oops.
Radiant's bottom
How much
tower
is that
has fallen.
actually? 16 times 40. That's 640 damage. Damn. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was a bit fast.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There we go, down bottom. Patsan knocking on the doors, Kezu. Seeing if you can find the Raw to kick things off. They're split up at the moment. BlinkPool, they're trying to push in top at the same time as defending bottom. Same to be said for Patsan. They have got Oliver sitting back. Of course, at Spectre, he can look to sort of just help de-push the lanes with the Manta Radiance and have the Horn at the ready to join his team down bottom if a fight does start. Doesn't look like that'll be the case for now, as Patsan do start to back off. So we get closer and closer to that period where it is once again all going to be about that Roshan. Sax has got the money for the Aghanim Scepter on Phoenix, so that extra sort of save and second life for these big cores like the Deucer or the Ember could be sort of the opening to see these very clutch plays occur in the team fights. If we can get in and get that pickup save off. Both teams very scared at fighting this time, but the Roshan is up. And Patsan, they're into the pit. 9 going straight away for the Rosh. They have to get here. BlinkPool. They have to get her ace up if they want to have any sort of chance of contesting it, but it doesn't look like they're really prepared.
They know at least. You're right, they're out of position.
They're not ready to go for this. It looks like
They're
they just
gonna
want to
try to
take the
split
trade of a set of melee racks, but this is the Roshan third time round with a refresher shot that they're giving up. Unless Saxa can make some sort of sweet play. They do have the song.
Oh no, they
And
can't
they
compete.
They do. They cancel a TP. They've got the setup with the Supernova ready to go. Same time down bottom. The fight kicks off and they've got
Kezu
it.
got it.
They get the Roshan Blink, the Aegis onto Kezu. Down bottom.
Medusa
Madara
down.
will fall. But they got the Roche. Did they get the cheese and refresher shot as well?
Refresher shards
Got
in
the
the hand of
cheese.
Naga.
refresher.
Naga has refresher.
So Patsan did manage to get the cheese, but the refresher shard and Aegis went the way, as well as the Roshan kill of BlinkPool.
But Pashan did not lose their melee racks.
They did not. They
because
did manage to hold down
did
bottom.
Hit him in time. Kill Madara.
Oh, Mandara has no buyback.
Oh, what is Emmer doing? Why is
He
he fine?
is indeed.
Oh, he's forcing out the fortification. That's
I
actually
mean, he's
not
got to
bad.
try and stop them from pushing, as you say, because the Medusa is down for a minute. He's trying to take the attention of Patsan away from that mid lane push.
I'd say success achieved.
So why is the Medusa without buyback? What did she invest in? She got the butterfly and the completed Daedalus. It's understandable at level 25 with the split shot using modifiers. This is a lot of damage to have in the fights. But indeed does render Madara at the goal for buyback. Looks like he'll be okay though. There's a whole 40 seconds now. His team do still have pretty good ways of holding. And we'll see how much pacan can get away with.
No haunt available for round.
Put the
But he
cheese
does have
on.
the cheese.
Radiant structures.
There's the fortification. 20 seconds and the Deuce are back up.
Ember's still up top. He's not here to defend this.
He's got the bots and remnants. He can easily come back if required. But indeed, the
They're gonna
racks
lose
are
ranks,
exposed. There's the song.
Top tower.
They're trying for the split. Kaiser does not do too much damage to the racks in response.
No, but it's buying
They've got
time.
the setup. They've got the stun onto Spectre indeed. The Medusa's back in the game. Roar out onto Oliver. Teeping in straight away with the Medusa ready to fight. Oliver in trouble as he's being held down. He's got the Manta. Gets himself away. They've got the chase. Misery. That with the refresher side, the second song, allowing them to move into position, go for the Meteor Hammer into the Supernova, and what was a fantastic use there of the refresher shard, allowing them to set up onto Oliver. Can they take him down? The cheese! Oliver able to heal himself back up. They've taken down Kezu once. They've taken down Saxa. Jump forward onto the high ground. Boogie looks towards Kaiser. Kaiser's got the remnants, but Kaiser will still fall. Buyback from both Kaiser and Saxa. They look to get involved in the fight, but Madara's getting focused. Madara's taken down. He does not have buyback.
What?
Despite what looked to be a great second song, it just didn't work out. They couldn't kill Oliver.
And the Ember was not able to get anything up top. The tier 3 tower dropped, but no buildings died. Bottom tier, bottom melee Rex still standing as well, even though the creep wave is coming in for that one.
I mean,
That was a
Ember's
great fight for Prashant. That was a great fight for BlinkPool as well. I can't believe they didn't get kills.
Well, yeah, it was not a great
They jump
fight.
back in. That is a dead Ember, and he already bought back. That's dead Ember for 2 minutes. This is
they're
probably game unless
crumbling.
Kezu can pull off some miraculous
They are crumbling.
survival moves. He cannot. And he is.
They
also
might be.
dead.
There's
He
a
can buy back
buyback on Kezu. 50 seconds, and Medusa's back in. So this won't. I don't think this will be game, but this will be very painful in terms of the base. There's a second set of racks for sure. Will be threatened and taken by pacan.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Yeah, the Tusk went back to his base because the range racks creeps were on it too, and he's going bottom to make sure that the melee racks are still standing. It looks like they're backing off for now.
I mean, truth be told, though, it looks really scary, but this is a Deuce versus a Spectre. We are not done. Like, people, get some beverages,
Well,
rehydrate. We're gonna be in for another like 20-30 minutes,
to be fair,
maybe.
with the lack of buyback from that Medusa, it could be over real
Yeah,
fast. It
You're
could
not
be
wrong. You're not wrong.
a very anticlimactic ending to a game like this, because if you're getting caught out without buyback, it's over. It's just that simple. Goes for both ways though.
Oh, that's a rapier. Look at this.
Yeah, but I mean, he had that queued up, the BKB rapier, and then he went for the Daedalus instead before. So
They didn't
We'll
get
see.
both of the racks in mid lane either.
sure, but they got the melee racks in both the
Sure.
lanes, and that's what you really care about, isn't it? You're just getting the melee racks,
Sure.
the range racks or whatever. So they've got the two big ones.
Hey, your laptop died.
Yeah, it's just gone into sleep mode. And where do they go now?
Oh,
Smoke
smoke.
up from pacan.
Look at positioning for BlinkPool. They're very scared, and they should be, because I don't think now they just got Medusa just got buyback, and then she just got enough gold. That is important.
Radiant's top
Ember
tower
Spirit
is
will
under
not
attack.
have buyback still, and this is something that Pachang knows.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And they have got buyback, so why not try? They can just go
Oliver.
high ground.
Going straight in. On the front of it all, he has the blade mail, but the Meteor Hammer's down. Holding him in place. Roar as well. Force trying to get Oliver back to safety, but he's dropping low. Can they actually get him out of here? They can't. That's going to be Oliver getting taken down. The Doom does get dropped down onto Saxa as Boogie focuses him. The Song of the Siren, not enough to save Saxa, but it's enough to get the other two out. Misery still hanging around. He will fall as the Chaotic Offering actually just going to be dropped down onto the Naga Siren. Buyback from the Spectres that Oliver did haunt in to keep this fight going. They'll head forward. Buyback now coming out from Misery. Madara getting stunned up. He's got the damage onto Boogie. Boogie pops the BKB, starts to back off Kaiser in the midst of it all, but he gets Walrus Punch up into the air. Got the damage here if they can get Madara into position as pacan are falling low. They're going to lose the Viper. They're going to lose Afro Mush as well. Buyback straight away from both of them. They know they have to get over and somehow help out Oliver. As Oliver's getting chased, they've got the stun. This is going to be Kezu falling low. He gets forced up to the high ground. He'll survive. Madara gets the ultra kill as he shoots down Afromush. Forces up to the high ground, trying to chase Oliver. Oliver able to get himself out to the side with the Spectral Dagger. Have they got detection for Iron Man? They haven't. So Iron Man will keep himself alive with the Glimmer Cape.
Those fatal bonds still killed off Kezu. So sad. Well sad for Kezu anyway.
There's a lot of money on this Medusa there off the back of that. Looks like he did just commit for the MKB. So no Rapier as of yet. Just wanting to get that MKB up, and he will have to make the walk over to find that pickup. He's actually going to see that the Warlock's kind of close. But Warlock with a quick blink out will be fine as Madara claims himself the MKB. Will sell off the Mask of Madness, of course, at this stage of the game. As they manage to keep this game going somehow. Can they bring it to an end? That is the question. 60 seconds without their Beastmaster. Spatan 60 seconds without the Tusk. Turn's being picked up by the Phoenix. What level have we got on the Phoenix at the moment? How is he on the 25s? What's the 25 you get on Phoenix? Is it something that he's trying to...
Yeah, it's super strong. Extra 3 hits.
Oh, okay.
It's very important.
Oh.
Or the extra percentage damage on the Spectres. Not bad either.
Whoa, there's some...
Kale. Was it us? Was it them?
No, I think this is Dota TV server, because we're not in the lobby, guys. We are doing the Dota TV cast, so we can interact.
That means that if you do not enjoy Pim's observing, you can do your own observing in the client.
Or click on directed camera and hate your life. That's also okay. Please do so. Oh, Brazil is 1-1, huh?
Ah.
Hype.
Hype.
Let's go Swiss. Yeah, Madara is a machine.
I mean, the fate of BlinkPool is in the hands of Madara at this point. Well, I say that I know it's game 1 of a best of 3 series, but he is the one that for this game, it's all on him. I feel like Kaiser, sure, he's doing some damage, but he dies so fast. He's barely squish. Even though he has a BKB and a Lincoln's.
Sisters 3 once more.
Let's see what... I mean, at this stage, it really... I mean, you can see on the net worth, it's less than 1k lead for BlinkPool. 55 minutes in. As Misery actually able to pick up a full Assault Cuirass on the Naga Siren. There's extra all-important auras just to keep Madara alive. A lot of money on Madara as well. As you do have to wonder if he is considering the Rapier territory, but no. It's going to be BKB. As if he can get that off in the team fight. Shifted out of his slot. That'll be that extra bit of protection he needs to keep himself standing strong. Even if he does get doomed. As long as he can get that off before... It will certainly limit the damage coming out from the Viper, Warlock and such. Has a full refresher ore picked up for Oliver. The double horn. Ready to go.
And stop only one with the song. Smoke up for BlinkPool.
I might just smoke up and...
Oh, they find Spectre.
Wait, it's 0-0, right?
they pick Kezu. He's straight in. He's on top of him. They've got the damage. Spectre, he can't get out of this, Oliver. He's dead. There. He does not have buyback.
Oh, what?
That smoke play coming into the base as such.
That is also a dead Tusk.
This could very well be GG as 2 are dead without buyback off the back of that smoke that they come in for. 9 has picked up a double kill, but Boogie will fall. It's an absolute slaughter between both of the sides. The buyback's coming out from BlinkPool as they're desperately trying to get over to help out Kaiser's Kaiser. Start with the remnants.
Who was doing all that damage on the side pacan once
Nine.
Spectre was dead?
9, a lot of damage on this Viper.
Oi.
But it's this point now where Madara's back in the game.
Can't
90
click.
seconds without the Spectre.
Oh, there you go. Jesus. Is that?
Look at the damage for the Warlock.
Oh, the Golem.
Wow. The dream.
Now the Golem is going to lose its life here. How much can BlinkPool get done? They're without misery. Jump forward from Kaiser. He's got the chains. They take the Golem down. They're looking towards the barracks. Damage being done to 9. Madara pots the BKB. Moves in with the Stone Gaze. They manage to get the Stone Gaze hit onto this Doom as Boogie's held in place. Boogie's taken down. Dead for 2 minutes. Jumping from Kaiser as he gets to grab it onto RMN. RMN will fall as well as Misery's team. They've taken the full set of racks down bottom. There's 4 dead on Pacan. They're going to go straight for the game.
And all that because Spectre got caught out by a smoke gank inside his own base.
Excellent smoke movement.
Yep.
By the looks of it, may have just been what was needed to seal the victory on this game 1 for BlinkPool. As the tier 4s are taken, the Ancient is exposed. Still 25 seconds until Spectre's back in the game. And I don't think that's going to be soon enough. Afromush is trying his best to come in and buy time for the Spectre to get back into it all. 15 seconds until he's there, but Kaiser puts the BKB. They do have the fortification. Maybe they can hold. The Supernova's coming down, but they can't take it down between the two of them. 5 seconds until Spectre's back in, but it's not soon enough. GG is called as BlinkPool will take game 1 in this best of 3 against Pacan.
Was Spectre's buyback on cooldown, or was it not there because he just spent all his money on the refresh orb?
Very good question.
I believe it was still on cooldown, but we'll never know.
Well,
Chat will know. But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the deciding match between these two. Well, the best of 3, of course, as I say, the winner of this best of 3 goes through to the regional. The loser goes home. And there we have it. Game 1 was a tough one for BlinkPool, but they do take the lead. As we will be back very, very shortly. We're going to have a short ad break, I believe, to entertain you viewers at home. And we'll see you shortly for some more coverage here at the EU Open Qualifiers as we come back to you for Game 2 of BlinkPool versus Pacan.